The US and the UK have refused to sign an international agreement on artificial intelligence at a global summit in Paris. The declaration calls for an open, inclusive, and ethical approach to AI and was signed by some 60 countries, including France, India, and China. US Vice President J.D. Vance explained why.
Now, at this moment, we face the extraordinary prospect of a new industrial revolution, one on par with the invention of the steam engine or Bessemer steel. But it will never come to pass if overregulation deters innovators from taking the risks necessary to advance the ball. Nor will it occur if we allow AI to become dominated by massive players looking to use the tech to censor or control users' thoughts.
Well, for more on what this move by the US and the UK means for AI regulation, I'm joined by Mark Brakel from Future of Life Institute. He joins me live from Munich. Thanks very much for your time today, Mark. Just to get your quick reaction then to what the UK and US have done by not signing on when so many other countries have.
Well, clearly, this is a missed opportunity for international governance of artificial intelligence. This is the only summit here in Paris where China and the United States meet together to discuss this important technology. So them failing to agree is a missed opportunity. Last month, the world's leading AI scientists came out with a report saying that, amongst other things, we still have no credible plan to ensure that smarter than human AI systems remain controllable. And I think the UK in particular, when they sort of declared their non-signature, they said that the draft declaration did not offer sufficient practical measures for governance. And I think it's good to see that at least some countries are aware of the trade-offs.
Yeah, when it comes to governance and AI, that is a big question that still remains. What does it mean then that the US is not signing up, given that it is sort of leading the way with AI?
I think, clearly it's a missed opportunity that the US is not signing. Listening to Vice President Vance's speech, he certainly made a point about Europe needing to deregulate, which I think was to be expected. But I think he also signaled that there would have been a path for the US and China to agree on potentially a more narrow and focused declaration around extreme risks, which is something that I think the French could have managed slightly better.
Well, the EU has promised to cut some red tape when it comes to AI. They seem to acknowledge the fact that regulation can stymie growth in this region, in this area.
I think we should be mindful of the fact that it isn't red tape that's holding the European Union back. 2 years ago, there was no major digital regulation in place, and still the EU's AI ecosystem wasn't doing very well. I think analysis shows that it's access to capital and the lack of a single ecosystem like Silicon Valley that puts the EU at a disadvantage. And I think it's important that the European Union thinks about making sure that there is perhaps a single ecosystem rather than 27 member states all fighting for their own AI champions.
If we just talk quickly about China, just coming into this summit a few weeks ago, DeepSeek sort of entered the fray and really sort of shook things up when it comes to the cost of developing large AI tools. What impact do you think China is having on AI?
Well, clearly, DeepSeek showed that it's not just the United States that can produce the most advanced AI models. And I think more broadly, it shows that you can't do AI governance alone and that you really need China and other major players to be on board. Which I think is why it's so critical that the next summit in India improves upon the results that Paris failed to achieve.
Mark, thanks very much for your thoughts. Appreciate them. Mark Brakel there from Future of Life Institute.